Greetings, strangers. We are back on Ghost Town SMP, the SMP where I am all alone. Save for my animal friends, that is. Hi. And today's project is actually to do with said friends. This is an enclosure I made a long time ago for my bees and my frogs. And it's a super cute enclosure, but I think I can do better. I mean, it's not bad, but it's certainly not great. I did a great job with the dome, but the lower half is lacking. So today we are going to be revamping it. Now, when it comes to an episode of Ghost Town, of course we have to add in armor trims, which means today we're doing Vex, as we get down to the last few armor trims to do. I don't know what we're going to start doing after that. Consideration I haven't made yet, but we're just not going to worry about it. For now, it's just all about Vex. Now, to go with Vex, we're going to need an armor color and a trim color. I want to do a gray armor with a diamond trim, I believe. And there's Vex. I was kind of hoping it would be a little more exciting, actually. I don't know, from Vex I was expecting something kind of amazing, you know? Gray and diamond was an excellent combination. I will have to do that again. So I think one of our first moves within this project has to be relocating all of the mobs for later. Because I don't want to put any of them in danger while we are building. So we'll start by grabbing all of the frogs. I'm just gonna let y'all loose inside of the trading hall, honestly. It seems like a safe enough place for you to spend some time. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. Alright. That's all of the frogs sorted. Now we're going to skip the bees until after sundown, because the easiest thing to do is just going to be to pull all of the bees out of here in their bee boxes. Next, though, we gotta start getting some of the tropical fish out, which means I'm gonna need to go get some buckets. Okay, I'm gonna go find a nice safe chest to put these in, and then we'll come back in here at sundown. Okay, the sun is just set, which means we should be able to get the bees out without too much of an issue. Alright, now we just have to work on gathering all of the stuff inside of here up. I'm just going to take everything that's in here and put it in a chest so that it's out of the way while we redo the whole area, and then we'll have it all set aside and ready to redecorate once we're done. It's basically two half circles that I'm putting together for the design of this, except this lower half circle is bigger. I started getting myself really confused with the math for the second dome. And so I ended up having to A, switch blocks, that's why it's all in wool down here. And B, I dug out the area around it, so there's not grass all up next to it, so I could actually see what I was doing. So I was trying to build into the terrain, and the terrain is still going to come up to the walls of it from the outside, but it was too much work trying to figure out how to get the dome to sit if it was dug into the ground. Every single time I decide I'm doing something circular, I question all of my life choices. And then it turns out looking really cool, and I remember exactly why I was doing it, but I still question my life choices. So, the next step is going to be replacing all of this with the correct blocks. As you can see, we've finished the basic structure. I have actually also started on stuff inside as well. We've got a bit of a cliff over here. We're gonna have to do a bit more shaping, but then this is gonna be our new pond for the frogs and the fish. I like having the different types of mangrove and then the mangrove root in the walls, and I really liked breaking it up with the trapdoors and adding a little bit more dimension to it. Same with using the walls to add more dimension. And we've got a lot more space in here than we did before, both in the fact that this is a larger area around than it was last time, and in the fact that we made it so much taller, we have so much headroom to work with. And also, there's a beacon now. I mainly have a beacon over here because my crops are just out of range of the other beacon. I don't have much more than that. I just wanted to be able to harvest these quicker when I was harvesting them. So I was like, I'll put another beacon in here when I redesign it. For now, I need to go grab the supplies that are meant to be used inside of this area. I saw the Vex armor trim out of the corner of my eye while I was working in here, and I went, oh crap, is that an evoker in here? I understand the design more now. I do. Hadn't put that together when I put that one up in here, but... Okay, I think that's a better shape for this. So then we're gonna start going in and replacing pretty much all of it with mud. Because this is primarily for the frogs. This is a frog and bee sanctuary that also has fish. Since it is primarily for frogs, we want to make sure it's plenty swampy for them. And that means a lot of mud. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use just a little bit of green terracotta because I want to use it as a way to just slightly transition out from the mud, because the mud is quite dark and it's a quite harsh swap over from the mud to the grass. But I was thinking if I put a little bit of green terracotta in between, it would be slightly less jarring. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then we are just going to start over here, like this. Oh, this place is looking so good already. Okay, let's refill my water buckets and put them away for now. And then we'll decorate the water. Over here, that way. Well, we can put one there. And a couple over here. And that should be enough light, I hope. And then I want to add in some coral. Kind of thinking if I just do this here. And then another just blob of it over here. And I take the horn coral and I just do... I don't want to overdo it on the coral fan front. And then I also have some brain coral, just of the normal variety. I think I put one up here. Put one over here. And then just some small drip leaf. I think I may actually move these pickles because I want a drip leaf there. Okay, so the water's all fun now. I guess next I should work on trees. But I think if we put a tree over there and one like right here, that'll be good in here. Alright, so let's just... I used to do custom trees quite frequently. Actually, it was fun. I got on a server that I wasn't a part of to help Kala with a tree once for a shop she was doing. Possibly one of the funniest things I've done. It's weird how just not doing something for a while can make you so nervous about your ability to do it. If anything, I've gotten more ideas about how to do it better since then, both from coming up with ideas and from watching other videos and getting a better understanding of how other people are doing it. But because I haven't done it in a while, it just feels like I don't know how. And so it's a nerve-wracking process starting it again because I'm like, what if I don't remember how to do this though? Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more leaves. And I need to do some swapping out of what leaves I have where, because it's a little bit too much cherry right now. Okay, our first tree is done. And now the second tree is done. I'm really liking how these are looking. They added a lot to the area. Okay, so now let's see what else we still have for supplies. Let's go ahead and get the spore blossoms put up. Before I had the 4 of them in the center, but we had a 4-block center before, so they were all just right in the center. I think we're going to have them spread out at the edges of the circle this time. This is the fun part. We're just gonna kind of go wild with all of the different flowers and stuff. And there's probably going to be a lot of placing stuff and then moving it and trying again, because this part really is just a process of seeing what looks good. Okay, I think I want to replace just a little bit of the mud with some muddy roots, just to add a little more texture over here. I think this place could use an elevation change. I know we have the cliff over here, but I may just make a little bit of a hill back in this corner. Okay, yeah, that's much better. So I think the next step is going to be going and getting the frogs. We're going to start getting everything back in here. I have made a grave mistake. All of the frogs are gone. They're missing. I came over here to get the frogs, and I can't find any frogs. There aren't any frogs in here. There is 1 frog up on the 2nd level. If I come up here, we have this guy. That's it. Oh, there's the 2nd one. Okay, there are 3. Okay, so there are multiple frogs. And Frobert survived. Oh, that's good. Okay. Alright, if we have 3 frogs we can work with. We're fine. We can regrow. It's all good. I honestly thought they were all gone. I found 1 on the 2nd floor and hadn't seen any of the other ones. Just at a quick glance. I'm now double checking all of the other floors because I thought we had none. Frogatha! Oh, thank goodness, Frogatha. I thought you were gone. We still have Frogatha, we're fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine, actually. We are not missing frogs. It's all gonna be okay. Brilliant. Now to get these all back. Okay, we've nearly got them all here. Welcome to your new home. What do you think? Let's grab our fish and introduce them to the new place. And then let's go get some slime balls while we wait for it to become fully day. Now the last thing I want to do is we did have a couple of frog heads up in the trees. And I think we're just going to do that again. We'll put 1 over here, and then if we go to the other tree, we'll put 1 just down in here. Okay. And there we have it. I'm really happy with how it turned out in here. If we take a look from the outside, let's head up to the tower to view it. It feels more like it's supposed to be there than the other one ever did. It takes up that space well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. As always, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me and keeping me company here in Ghost Town. And I will catch you later.